The IBT TOEFL Master Speaking. Chapter 1, Independent Task. Unit 1, Personal Preference. Directions. In this question, you will be asked to talk about a familiar topic. After you hear the question, you will have 15 seconds to prepare your response and 45 seconds to speak. Sample practice. What is the best class you have taken in school? Why was it the best in your opinion? Include details and examples to support your explanation. Please begin speaking after the beep. Sample answer.
The best class in school was my English class. The first reason is the teacher's bright and positive personality. I remember this class the most because the teacher always smiled whenever she entered the classroom. She made everyone become enthusiastic about the class. Also, she never yelled or scolded the students and always encouraged and comforted them. The second reason is the class atmosphere. Everyone in the class participated well by answering many questions, even though they were not fluent speakers of English. They even formed groups to study together and motivated one another. So I ended up getting an A+.
Practice test. Practice 1. What makes you choose a restaurant? Why is it important to you? Include details and examples to support your explanation. Please begin speaking after the beep. Sample answer.
When I choose a restaurant, I make ample parking my top priority. Parking cars downtown is not easy, and it sometimes takes an hour to find a place to park. If parking is not available, I'd rather not go. The second thing I consider is the atmosphere. When I'm having quality time with my friends and family, I would like to have a meal somewhere where the atmosphere is relaxed. If I have to deal with a long line or finish my meal and get up immediately, there is no point to eating out.
Practice 2. What is your dream job? Include reasons and details in your explanation. Please begin speaking after the beep. Sample answer. My dream job is an engineer. Being technology savvy in one specific field is something I really admire, but personally I really get blanked out when talking about technology. Talking about formulas and stuff makes me think I'm from another planet. Secondly, I prefer to move and be active. If I have to do research for hours and hours, I will feel sick and tired of the work. This will make me lose interest in my field, so working in front of the computer and staying in the lab is something I can't stand. For these reasons, I admire an engineer, but I think it's not a perfect job for me. Practice 3.
Which custom from your country do you think people in other countries should adopt? Include reasons and details to support your explanation. Please begin speaking after the beep.
Sample answer.
First of all, I think the diet plan is something people should adopt. Koreans eat lots of vegetables which are good for their health. Koreans also eat less meat compared to other countries. A diet relatively low in meat cuts fat intake and makes a person feel better. The second thing is respect for others, especially the elders. Respect for others according to seniority is a pillar of Korea's traditions. Even though there are people who do not deserve it, if people respect each other, they have fewer problems in their relationships and in society as well.
Practice 4. What was the most memorable event in high school? Give reasons why and include details and examples in your explanation. Please begin speaking after the beep. Sample answer.
The most memorable event in high school was my graduation. The first reason is that I was able to look back on my school life. I was not a good student at first, because I received low grades and was not motivated to study at all. But because of the teacher's encouragement and motivation, I was able to pull myself together and study hard, and in the end, I graduated with honors. This day helped me remember my wandering days and my best teacher. Another reason is that it was time for me to say goodbye to a part of my life and enter into a new one. Graduation made me realize all the possibilities that lay ahead of me. It made me put myself in perspective and think about what I should do for the future and gather all the valuable lessons from school. So for these reasons, the most memorable event in high school was my graduation.
Practice 5. Describe a moment or obstacle you had to overcome. Include reasons and details to support your explanation. Please begin speaking after the beep. Sample answer. The moment I had to overcome was when I got a low score on TOEFL. It was the first time I knew that I wasn't yet qualified. While studying for TOEFL, I thought I was putting my efforts into it, so I believed it was enough. But when I received my test scores, I knew I had to do more. Also, I learned to organize my schedule. Before, I just spent my whole day on studying. But I learned that it wasn't effective for my studies, so I divided my time and also planned out a specific schedule for each of 4 sections, and this helped me to organize my lifetime schedule as well. Practice 6.
Which public place do you enjoy going to? Why do you enjoy going there? Include details and examples in your explanation. Please begin speaking after the beep.
Sample answer.
My favorite place to hang out with my friends is the pub. The first reason is that I can enjoy beer with my friends. I love the cold, refreshing taste of beer, and it is best to drink it at a pub rather than at home. Although it is more expensive, I enjoy the feeling of drinking beer at a pub while talking to my friends. The second reason is that I love the atmosphere. My friends and I can reminisce about our childhood days, or talk about girls, or even our futures there. We can share that special bond between us and think back over our lives. For these reasons, my favorite place to hang out is the pub.
Practice 7. What is the most innovative invention? Explain why that event is memorable. Include details and examples to support your explanation. Please begin speaking after the beep. Sample answer.
I think the greatest invention until now is the telephone. The first reason is that it enables us to communicate with people all over the world. It is fascinating to know that I can contact whomever I want within a few minutes just by picking up the phone and dialing the number. Before the telephone was invented, people had to travel miles on foot to deliver messages. But with the telephone, there's absolutely no reason to go through all the travel. Another reason is that I can bond with friends. If it weren't for the telephone, I don't think I would be able to build special relationships with friends. I still contact my elementary, middle, and high school friends by talking to them over the phone. For these reasons, I think the greatest invention is the telephone.
Practice 8.
What is the most popular sport in your country? Why is it popular? Include details and examples in your explanation. Please begin speaking after the beep.
Sample answer.
The most popular sport in Korea is soccer. The first reason is that our national team is considered the best in Asia. The soccer players on our national team are on international teams that make our nation proud. Korean people believe that it is difficult to compete internationally, but many of our athletes are in Europe, bringing glory to our country. The second reason is the 2002 World Cup. In the Korea-Japan World Cup, our team had advanced to the semi-finals for the first time in World Cup history. At that time, soccer helped the nation to be united as one, and we enjoyed our national team sweating and competing with all the top countries in the world.